I haven't updated my Smitty Smokin' Hot Pepper Mix channel in a while. This is 2020, September 4th, and because of the pandemic, I had not gotten as many pepper plants as I had in the past. And I tried growing them with a lot more space between them so that they get better sun. But if you look at my past videos, September is like the beginning of when I start really harvesting. And I harvested yesterday and I noticed the plants are just no more buds, nothing on them. I've left ones that have some promise, but I've got a pretty good harvest, but I've never pulled my pepper cages this early. It's kind of sad, but oh well. We'll still get some pepper mix this year, and I'll show you in a next clip. I'm starting a new process with some pizza pans that I got at a tag sale for the smoking and roasting part. Let's see how that goes. So I wanted to talk a little about my new process this year. I had a tag sale for an old pizza parlor. I had picked up a whole stack of these pizza pans for $10. I believe they're ceramic coated or something, and all the holes, and they fit perfectly in the 22-inch Weber smoker. But I used to use this perforated pan, and I could fit 2 to 3 gallon bags of prep peppers. If you've seen my other videos, I cut all my peppers in half, so I expose the meat to the smoke before dehydrating. I think that makes them much more smoky than doing them the other way. And yesterday was my trial run, and it works out fairly well. I used to smoke 2 of those pans, one on the lower and one on the upper, in the smoker for 4 hours, and I never got roasted because of the depth of the peppers in that pan. And now with the single layer, each gallon bag fits on the pizza pan. And yesterday's process, after a half hour, I would rotate the bottom one to the top and the top one to the bottom layer level in the smoker. And after an hour, pull them out, and you had some roasted on each layer, and the smokiness was amazing. So every hour, I would switch out, dump them into the pot for later putting into my 9-tray Excalibur dehydrator. And I can fit about 7 of these Ziploc gallon bags of peppers in the 9-tray Excalibur dehydrator. So this is a new process for this year. I think it's going to be really amazing. Again, I've got 10 of these things, so even if they get so wasted in the smoker, but they were actually very easy to clean with some Brillo pads. So this is the new process for Smokin' Hot Pepper Mix 2020. So this is the new setup for 2020. It's worked very well. Done a major 2-day smoking and dehydrating of the peppers last weekend, and I think this is going to be the last for the season. What I've got is 6 and plus gallons of cut hot peppers. I cut them so that the meat gets exposed to the smoke before drying. And so I've got 6 gallons. I'm using these pizza pans. I believe they're ceramic coated with the holes. They fit just nicely in the 22.5-inch Weber Smoky Mountain. And what I do is put 1 gallon in each of the pizza pans. I put them in the Smoky. This is the charcoal starting. So I do 1 chimney of charcoal, get it going. I've got some natural lump charcoal and some maple and apple wood. Big pieces in there for now. And then I dump the hot coals on top of all that. And then I'll put some smaller pieces of maple and apple on top. Get that going. So what I'll do is put 1 pizza tray in that bottom one and 1 on the top one. And what I found out was that every half hour I just rotate the pizza pans, take the bottom one, put it on top, take the top one, put it on the bottom. I'm getting a nice roasting and smoking. So after 1 hour, I take what's in the pans, smoked and roasted, and put it in this pot just for holding till I get to the dehydrator. And I continue on with all the bags. This should take about 3 hours for 6 bags. And what else? Oh yeah, on the Smoky Mountain, Weber Smoky Mountain, there comes with a pan that's supposed to go under the bottom grill, but I don't use that because I feel I lose the roast, and I just adjust the vents so that the flame stays down. When I rotate the pizza pans, I have to be very quick. I take the top one off, take the top grill off, pull out the second one, and put the top back on while I'm adjusting the peppers, rotate, mix them around a little bit so that the flame doesn't shoot up. And then I put them back in quickly and finish off that round. And what I think I'm going to do is show loading the Excalibur dehydrator again this year. Is I found out that you can do liquid stuff in the Excalibur dehydrator. I used to put the peppers in a single layer. Now I just mush them down, and so that they'll slide in under each other, and it still dehydrates in the same amount of time. I'll talk about that more later. So this is what the peppers look like after 1 hour. Half hour, 1 tray down, and every half hour I rotate them for 1 hour. So I rotate them once. Nice and smoked and a little roasted. And then I found last time, I don't know if you can see, what I do is add another log or 2, leave the top off for a little while, open the side vent, and then I burn it out. The last couple of years I didn't do that, and everything was getting sticky, and sides of the thing, and the groove for the top was getting sticky. But now I just burn it out every time I use it. It's amazing. Everything just crisps up, and I scrape it off with a grill scraper. Another Smitty Smokin' Hot Pepper Mix. Morning, September 5th, 2020. So, after 6 gallons of peppers smoked, I fill this pot. And I used to, on these trays, the Excalibur trays, I used to separate it so the peppers were 1 layer. And then I found out that, well, I knew that you could do liquids with an Excalibur. And I said, what the heck am I doing? So now I just take handfuls. And you know, when you've used the Excaliburs, you have about 1/2 inch or so between trays. So I just start mushing it down so that it's fairly flat. And these will dry in 24 hours to so crispy they just flake. That's it. Press it down. And the 6 gallons fill a 9-tray Excalibur dehydrator. So after 24 hours at like 145, 135 to 145, this is what the peppers look like. I like that sound. And I bag them in the 2-gallon Ziplocs, and within a week or two, now that we're done, I'll do the grinding process. The other thing I've never shown before, and it's new to the process, is the cleaning of the trays for the 9-tray Excalibur. I used to wash each one of these by hand in the sink with a scrub brush, and then I found out that I can remove the top tray of the dishwasher. I just stagger these in the bottom level, and they clean up really nice. So my job's been getting a lot easier with all these hot peppers. So for the 2020 Smokin' Hot Pepper Mix, I ended up with around 11 gallons. Those are 2-gallon Ziplocs of dried smoked peppers. We'll see how much that makes in quarts when I'm done grinding. This year I have a new grinder. Well, it's new to me. It's actually quite old. It's an old... We found it at my mother-in-law's house in the cellar. Old Hamilton Beach meat grinder. I always wanted to try that instead of the old Sunbeam that I used. Mixer. Have a dedicated grinder for the peppers. So we'll see how this works out. I'll let you know. So the new Hamilton Beach meat grinder did a very good job. The flake is a little smaller than through the Sunbeam, and I ended up with about 13 quarts this year. This is the final product. It's got a very nice flake and powder mix. So when you put it in a container like this, you get enough out of the shaker top and then the bigger flake out of the other top. But it was another good year and a wonderful smoky pepper mix. Thanks for watching.